has a story worth hearing. Everyone has something that makes them, them. Tune in and learn the rich history of the everyday person around you. Only on People We Know and Stories We Don't. Exclusively on KDNRadio every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. People We Know and Stories We Don't is lovingly dedicated by the network in memory of Sarah Chana Bas Mendel Colbert. May her soul have an elevation in heaven. Okay, and here for People We Know and Stories We Don't is none other than Dobby Baum, singer, coach, and leader of the Brooklyn Girls Choir. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Dobby. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm honored to be here today.
So, who are you?
Who am I? Well, I am originally British from London, Edgware in the UK. Have you ever heard of that place?
I have not.
Okay, it's a little, it's like I call it the countryside, but now it's a little more built up, but it's like the edge of London. It's beautiful there. I grew up there since I'm 7 years old. Born and bred British. My parents are both born and bred British, so British blood running all the way through. And I moved to New York 4 years ago. And my brother also moved to New York 4 years ago. So we both moved, and we're both in the music line. He's called Gershie Schwartz. He produces a lot of albums. I'm sure a lot of people know him out there, including my Brooklyn Girls Choir album, which he also produced. So that's who I am. I'm British, proud of it. Ask me any other questions about me. There's a lot to say.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so how did you get into music?
How did I get into music? I would say I was born into it. I'm the youngest of 10. So I literally was born into a world of music, like all my 9 siblings on top of me, singing, music, playing, acting, dancing, whatever you could think of music related. My parents, I just was born into it, like the 10th child. So it was never something like I came into it. I don't even remember being brought into it, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like I was just born into it.
So what were some of the first things that you worked on?
So I remember like being very young, always got like, I was like a child soloist, let's say. In every production or show since kindergarten, I would get like a really big solo, like a song to sing by myself. I knew how to harmonize when I was like 6 years old already. Just learning from my older siblings, really, picking up, which is an advantage of being the youngest of a family, is you get to learn from all your older siblings, all the tricks and trades, and you learn from their mistakes and then you fix it. So I would say when I was about 12 years old was probably the first time that I like sang for a major production, like by myself. And after that, like I was always singing by events, like local, Tzedakah fundraising events. I was like the child soloist singing by an evening, like one song on stage. I would sometimes sing with my sister, who's 2 years older than me, or I sometimes sang by myself, or I had also a partner that used to sing with me a lot. She was my classmate. And I just remember always just being hired to sing. Well, I didn't get paid at that point because I didn't think about money. I was just like excited to get opportunity to sing. And through that, I guess people just got to know me in London. And when I got older, I started producing things. I started producing events, doing choirs, doing concerts. And then when I went to seminary and I came back from seminary, I started working back in London, and I was doing like almost every single event you could think of, like from Bikhalim to Hatsala to Project Witness, Hamodia, every tzedakah event you could think of, I was part of it, like doing the entertainment there. And then when I moved to America, which was after I got married, I moved to America. We lived in London, got married in London. We lived in London for a couple of months. And then we moved over here. And I kind of had to start from fresh because no one knew me here. I was a total stranger. It was weird because I was really popular in London, you know, always doing things. I had to decline jobs as well because I was just so busy. And then I come to America and it's like, boom, nothing going on here. No one knows me. Walking on the street, no one knows who I am. I'm a stranger. So I kind of had to rebuild myself up in these past 4 years that I'm living here. Literally, like from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And London is like, back in London, I wasn't on social media. So people knew me like word of mouth. It wasn't through media. And right now, I built myself up through media because I didn't know anyone knew me. So I decided, let me open up an Instagram platform where people will get to know me. I'll show my work, and it helped. People got to know me. I got hired at concerts. You know, like my first concert was actually like 2 months after I moved to America, and it just went from there. Like also word of mouth, but I really like I'm grateful to social media platform for helping me build up my name. And then like I just opened the choir, like just things got going, you know. You have a passion, you go for it.
So tell us about the Brooklyn Girls Choir.
Okay, so the Brooklyn Girls Choir was a dream that I always wanted to open up a choir, a professional one. There was never a firm girls choir professional that release albums, have original songs, best music arrangers, top quality, everything. There was never such a thing. There was the London Girls Choir years ago, but they stopped. So I was like, there's nothing. And it was my dream just to open something up. And then when I got married, my husband is extremely musical. He's a composer and he sings. And he was like, let's do this together. He's going to compose the songs. I'll produce it. And I had my brother who moved to New York at the same time as me. And he's a producer. He's an engineer. He produces stuff. So I was like, awesome. We have a team. My husband composed the songs. I write some lyrics. I also composed some songs, but he's like the main composer. I reached out to my brother. He got me connected to all the music arrangers. We got the best of the best. Literally spent a lot of money, took out loans, but I wanted to create the very first professional Jewish girls choir album. And I think it was successful because I've gotten great feedback on my album. People from all over the world are using my tunes. And that's what I wanted, you know. So it was kind of, we got married, and from the week of after Shabbat Brachas, we were already doing the tunes for the songs. It took us 3 years until we actually launched it because there's a lot of work in opening up a new thing. You know, we made a logo, branding, think of all the money, where we're gonna get it from. I built a studio here, as you can see, I'm sitting in my studio. It took time until we actually opened it up, and we had all the songs for the album ready, and ready to kind of jump into it. I advertised all over them doing auditions, got high school girls from all over Brooklyn to audition. I only wanted a very exclusive group of only 12 girls. So lots of girls got declined and only 12 girls got in. And that's the beauty of it. It's a very exclusive group and they feel good that they're in it. And every September we have brand new auditions so more girls can have opportunity to join. This year we have 14 girls and we are doing a concert in Metz Hashem on Sukkot. It was meant to be on Pesach, but due to coronavirus, it was pushed off. But it's a high quality, top of the line concert. We're doing it in the Master Theatre. We have a very talented choreographer to do the dancing, choreography for the girls, Maya Davis. She lives in Flatbush. She's highly qualified, amazing. And we're doing, I don't know if you've heard of Malki Ginniger. She's going to be singing with me. joint together, and I'm having some guest singers like Monsieur Mendelssohn and Hansi Tenenbaum. It's going to be absolutely an amazing concert. And Mess Hashem, let's hope it goes on Sukkot. But the plan is that we are going to be the top Jewish girls choir with brand new Jewish original songs, messages for women and girls, because I feel like when men give out albums, they're great, but they can't always give out the same message that I want to give out to women and girls. Mm-hmm. So this is what our goal is, to inspire women and girls with fun, exciting music. It's not like the dry, slow songs. It's full of fun, Yep. Everything going there.
One of those songs is called Dance, that I know there's an a cappella version of.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that song?
Okay, so that was our very first song that we released. We released it as a single before the CD came out. We released it in December 2018. We did like a mini concert, kind of like to show who we are, but it was like on a very small scale. It was in Magen David Auditorium. Surprisingly, it was full with people. Like, I did not expect so many people to show up because we were brand new. I'm from London. Who knows me? And we had a lot of people showing up. It was a full audience. It was rocking, that concert. And we released our single that week. So we debuted it at the concert. The girls performed it I made the choreography. We had amazing audio engineering, live engineering. It was amazing. We have the best arrangers. That was our very first single that came out. My husband composed it. And actually someone originally from Manchester, who now lives in New York, she wrote the lyrics. She's called Yiski Weber. And that was like an instant hit. Like, the minute it came out, like, literally, I don't know, like, everyone knows that song. Even people reached out to me. They didn't even know it was my song. They were just like, oh, do you know that song, like, Dance, that this and this school made? I want to sing it. I'm like, this school didn't make it. It's from me. It's from the Brooklyn Girls Choir. All the schools are using my tune. And it's funny how these young girls think it's from the school. But that was an instant hit. And because it was such a hit, this year, during COVID, a lot of people passed away, unfortunately, including close family members of mine, my grandmother, two of my uncles. And I was like, a lot of people in the year now, including both of my parents. And what is better than giving out an a cappella single? Especially, it was also the Sphera, but nothing to do with Sphera. It's just good to have more a cappella songs out there so people that in the year could enjoy some music. So we were like, let's take Dance. That was a big hit. Let's make it a cappella. And it happens to be the harmonies in that song were so intense that we hardly had to work on it to make it a cappella. It was like so easy already. Like, we had awesome harmonies. My brother, Gershi Schwartz, works magic. And we just released that a cappella single just like that during COVID.
Wow.
It just makes you want to dance, that song. Whoever tells me that, they just love that song. I'm not being biased now. I'm saying what people are telling me.
What can you tell us about other tracks on the album, Rejuvenate? Okay,
so there's a very special song called Gully. Track 2 on the album. It's a story. It's a story about, I don't know if you've heard of Charlene Aminoff. Charlene Aminoff lives in Great Neck. She has a story about her daughter called Gully. When her daughter, she's actually now bas mitzvah, but when her daughter was 4 years old, they lived in Miami. Well, they didn't live in Miami Beach. I think they have a house in Miami Beach, Florida, and she drowned in the pool, and they took her out. She was totally like blue for like 3.5 minutes, no pelts, no nothing. And Charlene, she didn't cover her hair back then. They weren't very firm. And she, on the instant, she like did not want to know about her daughter passing away. And she took upon herself to cover her hair. She like grabbed a pashmina, she wrapped it around her hair, and her husband worked in the Hatzalah, and he promised another 20 years to work in Hatzalah. And at that second, they both promised their stuff. The pelts came on of her daughter. And it was just like a crazy miracle. This daughter is alive. And when they brought her to the hospital, they said, she's gonna have brain damage probably and lots of, effects and everything, but nothing. She wasn't touched. She is healthy, regular kid with no medical conditions. Baruch Hashem, she's adorable. I got to meet her this year after I made the song. I wanted to make a very meaningful story on my album. Like besides for having just fun songs with messages, I wanted a story. I feel like when you have a story on a CD, it's just like it pulls heartstrings. So I wanted this song to be really special. So I composed the tune, but I knew I can't write the lyrics of it. Like I don't consider myself a lyricist. I could be a songwriter, but this was a story I really wanted to bring out in a really clear version. So I reached out to Hanala Felix, who lives in Israel. Hanala, she's very famous. And I reached out to her and I was like, Hanala, I want you to write the lyrics of this song. And she did a fabulous job. Whoever listens to Gully song, it just moves them to tears. It's amazing. And we gifted it to Charlene Aminoff and her family. And we said, here is a song about your daughter. And they did not expect something professional. They were like, okay, someone's giving us a song, But then when they heard it, they were like, this is professional stuff. I mean, we literally, David Taub from Israel was our music arranger. We had live instruments for this arrangement. We had a whole string section. We had like everything possible to make this song the best quality ever. We had only live instruments. The harmonies were incredible. I added a ladies choir into this particular song. The other songs didn't have a ladies choir, but this song did. I wanted something more. It was so beautiful. I feel like this song, track 2 on my album, is just like, I would say it's one of the best songs on my album. I really think so.
Wow. That's an incredible story.
It really moves people to tears. And I got my soloists on there, between my 12 girls. I auditioned them all. I always audition them again before each song to decide who's going to get the solo. And I just like had to hear each girl. I just like chose the girls that I just hear their heart coming out. And it's beautiful, the song. You just the ladies and girls who hear it, they just feel it. It's beautiful.
Wow. Are there some if my research is correct, that you did a song on your own called It's Meant to Be.
Yes. That came out now during the virus. It is meant to be, basically meaning bashert, right? So this song the tune was composed by my husband and my brother. And basically the lyrics were written by my niece in London and my sister-in-law here in America. It's just like a whole family song. It was a last-minute thing. We were, stuck in quarantine, and we were like, we need to do something. We need to give out a song now, make people happy. Everyone was depressed. Everyone was like, it was before Pesach, people were dying. It was really bad time. And we were like, let's make a positive message out of this. Let's show people that the virus was really meant to be, and we can do some good out of it. So I was like, I told my husband, I want to give out a song. So he was like, okay. So I told him, can you compose one tomorrow? He was like, ooh, the pressure is on. And he did. He's magical. My husband composes songs just left, right, and center. When I got married, actually, I bought him this little voice recorder, and I said, just keep it in your pocket, and whenever a song comes into your head, just record yourself. He has like an amazing talent. It literally comes out of his soul. He doesn't play instruments. He composes literally. It's his natural thing. It's just amazing. So he composed the tune, and then we sent it to my brother, and my brother, added his shtick to it. And it was like, basically the song is composed by my husband and my brother, Gershi. And then the lyrics were written by my niece in London, who she wrote the lyrics of 3 songs of my album. She wrote the lyrics of Rejuvenate, which is a massive hit. I mean, the whole album is called Rejuvenate. She wrote lyrics for the song called Chances, which is a song about high school girls struggling in school. And then the third song she wrote lyrics for was Symphony. Symphony is a beautiful song. It's about, unity in Klal Yisrael, how an orchestra is the same type of way. When one instrument is missing, it's not the complete orchestra. So it's like Klal Yisrael is united, and if one person is missing, you feel it, and every person counts. So she wrote 3 songs in my album. My niece, she's called Suri Schreiber, and for this song, I called her. I was like, "You're an amazing lyricist." She's young, actually. She's only 18, but she is talented writer, 100%. I called her up, and she wrote lyrics together with my sister-in-law, Kayla Schwartz, who is my brother Gershi's wife. And it was just like a family project. And then I was like, let me make it into a music video. So I gave my husband my phone, and he videoed me in the house, and I edited it. And it was just, we gave it out instantly, like literally within a few days. The song was created. My brother mixed it. We released it on all platforms, all streaming platforms. We were like, we're not going to sell this song for money. This is going to be a present to everyone. And people said they literally listen to this song when they're feeling down during the virus now in quarantine. They listen to it. It makes them smile. It makes them dance. And that was the goal. I think it's a big hit song. It is meant to be. It really is. It's like my most requested song to perform when I have a concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any other?
I think the most spontaneous songs are the best.
Yes. Are there any other songs that you've written on your own?
Yes, I wrote a song called Imperfect, which is track. Trying to think what track it is. Track 10? I hope I'm not wrong. Either track 9 or... You know what? Could I get my CD out? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay. This is my CD. So here are all the tracks. So track 10. That's it. Show it here. You see Imperfect, track 10? Mm-hmm. All right. So that is my song, totally mine. My tune, my lyrics, my heart, everything. I composed it. I'm a pianist, sitting at the piano. It starts off that I'm sitting at the piano and I'm scared to write a song because I'm scared what people are going to think about me. It was my very first song that I released as a songwriter. I have written a lot of songs in the past, but I was always afraid to release it. I was scared, like, what are people going to think? Like, I'm a singer. Like, who said I compose? Who said I write? So it's a song about basically breaking free from my fear. And I'm just going to write a song. I'm going to release it to the public, and I don't care what anyone thinks. And I might not be perfect, but this is my song. And it's a message to show people, stand up for yourself. Don't worry what other people are saying or staring at you. Do what you want. Like you feel in your heart, you can write a song and write lyrics. Do it. Because actually back in school, I remember like I used to have a little book, and just whenever it came to me in my head, I used to like make little poems. And I wasn't called a writer. And there was like some girls in my class that were called the writers, and some like I got a few comments from my classmates, and they were like, who do you think you are writing? Like, you're not a writer. And I it was kind of hidden, that poem book. It was like my secret book. No one ever saw my poems. And I loved writing, but I was scared to show it because like no one knew I was a writer. Everyone was like, Dobby sings. She doesn't write. So this song, I composed the tune, I wrote the lyrics. It's really meaningful. It's basically showing people to break free and don't worry what other people say about you. And even if you're not considered the writer or the whatever you can, it doesn't have to be to do with music. It could be anything in life. If you feel like you have it inside you, do it. Don't be afraid what other people think. Stand up for yourself. Be confident. Show the world what you've got. This is the song. It's called Imperfect. It's basically... the high part says like, hey, nobody's perfect, but everyone's worth it. And all you have to do is believe in yourself. Take no pressure from anyone else because we are perfectly imperfect. That is the lyrics of the chorus.
Wow. Love
And
it.
I wrote that song, and I'm proud of it because I really, it was hard. When I released the song, I was terrified, but I composed it with all my heart. The low part is very soft and piano-y, and then we get into that chorus, and it's fun and jumpy and upbeat. And Shlomi Zaltzman, have you heard of Shlomi Zaltzman? He arranged this song. It's awesome. It has flavor. Shlomi Zaltzman is a good family friend of mine, and my brother. My brother brought him into New York, got him into the music world. Um, and this is a song I would say is my personal favorite on the album. But maybe people, other people that are listening to my album probably don't pick this as their personal favorite because they'd probably pick like Rejuvenate or all the upbeat fun songs.
Hmm.
But this is mine. This is like my song. And I think it's a very powerful message. There's a lyric booklet inside. Actually, people that buy it online on Mostly Music, they could download the PDF booklet. They could read the lyrics. And if someone would be reading my lyrics while they listen to the song, they would really feel that realness in the song.
Hmm.
It's like me. That song is exactly what I want to express.
Wonderful. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so you mentioned how you've been using social media like Instagram and stuff to get your name out there. You definitely have been doing that a lot lately with your Instagram Live, doing concerts and hosting a whole
The Dobby
variety of
Show.
show. Yes. So can you tell us about that?
Yes. Um, so first of all, the reason why I'm more active on social media lately is simply because I'm locked up in my house and all my concerts were canceled. I had gigs to sing for different communities, different, people, different places, and they were all canceled. And I was like, what am I going to do now? So I decided, let's open up a virtual platform, sing on Zoom. So I did my own concerts on Zoom, and I sort of see like it became now a trend. Like more people are starting to perform over Zoom, over Instagram, and instead of sulking and being like depressed and like, oh, everything got canceled. All right, what's gonna happen to my singing life? It's over. No, I wanted to show people, come on, let's do something with it. There's a reason for this. And I feel like it's amazing because since the virus, the social media platform and Zoom have just become like way more open. First of all, for women and girls, it used to be a thing like maybe it's not so kosher, that we've kind of broken that barrier and shown like we could keep to call Isha even on an online platform. Like my Instagram account is private, which means anyone that wants to follow me, I know exactly who they are. I check them out. I ask them, "Are you female?" And if there's any other people following me on there, it's only like for business reasons, right? Like musicians that have to work with me, literally like for business reasons, which you're allowed. But otherwise, there are no men on my account. No men can just follow me. There's no such thing. They request me, I delete the request. It's not easy because if I would accept all those requests, I would probably have triple the amount of followers.
Hmm.
I really would because I've declined so many requests, but it's fine because I know that by doing what I stick to my values, people are going to see like, oh, you can be popular, you can be a firm female singer with a nice following, and you can stick to your values. You could keep Kol Isha. And Hashem will repay me for deleting all the men requests. And it's fine because I don't feel like I'm losing out. It's like I have so many ladies and girls that follow me and hear me, and now I opened up this Zoom platform, which are people that don't have social media, but they actually email me. So I give out my email address to everyone, and then they can subscribe to me, and I send out email blasts every time I do a show, and they log onto Zoom and they watch my show. So basically, I have two devices by every show. I have my Instagram, I have my Zoom, so that everyone can enjoy it and watch it. And this all came about because of the virus. Without this virus, I probably never would have done this. So there are things to be thankful for in bad situations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I lost my grandmother, I lost two uncles. It was very sad. Still getting over it, but on the good side, Hashem had a plan. And I feel like I've done good things with the Dobby show, which is free. No one pays for it. They watch it for free. It's Jewish from Kosher Entertainment, and people have told me, like, you know, instead of tuning into America's Got Talent or the non-Jewish talk shows, they're tuning into me. So that's a good thing.
That's amazing.
And you know what? Since I started my talk shows, I see Torah Anytime have done the same right now. They have a ladies talk show.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I caused some ripples. And anyone else who opens up a talk show now, I know that they know me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Kol hakavod.
Yeah, it was literally the virus. That's all. I didn't plan it. Not planned.
So I see that I know you collaborate with a lot of female artists and that you've been getting close with them. For example, I see that you're wearing the heartbeat necklace.
Oh, yes. This is Nechama Cohen's necklace. Ooh. It arrived last night. I am very friendly with Nechama. She's one of my close friends from the female artists. I talk to her whenever I need to just vent out or have a friend there. She's there for me, always. And I'm there for her. We have become close. The relationship is amazing. Not only her, other artists too. And when she gave out this necklace, I was like, I'm going to buy it, show her some support and love, and show people that I'm going to buy her stuff. Like, it doesn't, you know, some people are like afraid to buy a different artist's merch because they're scared like it will make them look less.
Mm-hmm.
No, the opposite. You're buying your friend who is a singer, you're buying her merch, and you're showing people we are all in this together. There's no competition. You know, every person's created with a different voice, right? She sings this way, I sing this way, and I think it's beautiful. Every singer has a different voice, and Hashem has enough concerts for every singer, really. So I don't think there should be such a thing as competition. I think the friendship is beautiful, and I'm proud to be wearing her necklace.
Who are some other people you've collaborated with recently?
So I've become close with Bracha Jaffe because we did a music video together back in the winter for Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
The Laurie Song. And we filmed together because we both live here in the same area, and we filmed together and we became instant friends. Like, I was really scared to meet her because I like knew her as Bracha Jaffe, the singer, and she said like she was nervous to meet me. So we were like by Dumbo, Brooklyn. I remember like we were both walking towards each other and I was like shaking inside me, and then we met, and then suddenly we started talking. We felt like we were friends for years, I guess, because you know, when you share the same career and the same passion, you just click. And since that day, we're good friends. We talk to each other all the time. She helps me, she gives me advice. She's amazing, Bracha, and I feel like Bracha is one of the female artists that I've really connected with and become good friends with her, and the competition just falls apart when you build friendship. It's amazing, and that's what my goal with the Dobby shows is. I invite other artists on to show them I can promote you. I'm not afraid to promote you. I'm a singer, but it's not going to do me any harm to promote you. If anything, we're building a network here. We're making the frum female entertaining world stronger that way. That's my very big belief. I feel like there shouldn't be any competition. We're all in this together. We could help each other. I wish that in the future, dinners and events and fundraising events will hire 5 singers together, you know, like the men do. When there are men events, they don't hire 1 singer, they hire 5, right? And with a firm female industry, it hasn't been like that in the past. And now slowly, people are saying, yes, let's hire a few singers together. Everyone has their own voice. Bring it together. It just sounds amazing. So I think there is no competition. We're all in this together. We could all help each other. And I've become friendly with a bunch of from female artists. The list goes on. But really this year, I feel like this year was a breakthrough. This year, the virus, I think the virus really brought us together.
Can you tell us about your experience working on the song for Laurie?
The experience of song for Laurie. Okay, so Rachel Lipska, she runs the Los Angeles Ladies Choir. She just reached out to me one day. I had no clue who she was, and she's like, "Do you want to join in a song for Laurie?" I knew that Laurie gave up her life. She saved the Rav of the shul in Poe, which was amazing. And I was like, okay, let's do this for her. She needs an Aliyas Neshama. She's a special woman. Let's do something for her. So I was like, okay, I'm in. Who else is in? And she gave me a list of people, and I'm like, awesome. Like about 10 other singers. It was a long, long, long process because we all live all over the world. We had to record our vocals in different places. We had to film in different places. So my recording studio, I recorded like Nechama Cohen.
Tanya Triceman.
Sorry.
WhatsApp audio.
I'm sorry, I didn't switch off my notifications. Okay. This is live, right? Okay. It's fine. I'm very I'm an open book. So what I was saying about Laurie Song is that it was a very long process. So we had Nechama Cohen filming here. That was the first time I met her. And actually that day that recorded her vocals, that day that she recorded her vocals, we did a collab together. We sang together a song for Instagram. It was really fun. I got to know Nechama. She's an amazing person. As you see, I'm wearing a necklace. I really love her. She's an amazing, amazing human being. So nice, midas, everything. And then we had Missia Mendelsohn. She also recorded her vocals here. We had Sarah Dukes. You know Sarah Dukes? Mm-hmm. Her husband needs a big refuah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was classmates with one of her kids.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
So Sarah Dukes is a pianist, and she was in my studio, and she recorded the piano here, right here, and we became friends, and we also did a collab together. We played like a duet. It's on YouTube actually, of Sarah and I playing together. Sarah is a special woman. Like, I'm in awe of her. I literally connected. I would say I would give a lot of thanks to Rachel Lipska from the Los Angeles Choir, because I think she connected me with a lot of people that I wasn't connected to, because I'm from London and I was lost. I didn't know anyone, and I really give her thanks for that. I really do. It's amazing what Laurie has done. She literally connected us all. It's beautiful. It was a long process, the editing, the video, that. Finally, they released it. And his amazing part was we all did it for free. None of us got paid. Even the video, the filming guy, Mordechai Sassoon filmed Bracha and I. He did it for free. Literally for Aliyas Neshama of Laurie, which was beautiful. It was a project of unity. We were all coming together to do this. It was really beautiful. And after that, we got connected. Things led on to the next. We did a big Lag BaOmer event with 10 artists. It was amazing. We did for Eza Metzion. It was really, really amazing. So, yeah, that's about the Laurie Song.
So it's clear that you have a lot of connections with a lot of these artists lately. You've been collaborating with them on numerous occasions. Who would you say that you who have you not collaborated with that you would really like to?
Okay, so actually, funny enough, there's a person that I'm in touch with her all the time, and we always wanted to collab, but it never worked out. That is Devorah Schwartz. Have you heard of Devorah Schwartz? So she just had a baby. So I invited her to this Lag BaOmer collab, and she was just right after birth, so she couldn't join. She doesn't live she lives in New Jersey. I live in New York. So, and I don't drive. So it's like We just never collabed. But funny enough, we were both featured on the same show in Flow Motion TV Studios. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I met her, but we didn't actually collab. Like she was like a guest singer, and I was a judge at this talent show. So we met, but we never actually collabed together. And Devorah, if you're watching this, she knows we want to collab. And that's a shame. Something's going to come up. We're going to collab together. She's amazing. And we've been in touch for a long time already. I mean, probably for maybe at least 2 years or more. So yeah, I think we have a lot of things in common. We both released the album lately. You know, she's a teacher. I'm also, it's like a lot of things we have in common, and we haven't yet collabed, so we will.
So, one of the things that you do is you also are a coach for singing. Can you tell us about that? What that's about?
Okay, so I'm so sorry. Are you hearing my baby crying in the background?
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. My husband's there with him, so they're okay. Just shout out to my husband when he watches this. He's amazing. He really is. Best supporter ever. So sorry, your question was again about my voice lessons, right?
Yeah, about your voice coaching.
So I trained already in London by someone called Yamilka Gorna. She's about Chuva. I trained voice by her back in London for a long time until I moved to America. I was also trained by my family, actually, growing up. My mother taught me breathing. My brothers taught me techniques. I was kind of like trained from my siblings, because I told you I'm the youngest of 10. So imagine 9 siblings on top of you telling you what to do with your voice. So it was a good thing, because I feel like my voice has developed and become really good because of that. Because I had so much to learn from. I had all these people on top of me to learn from, you know, all my siblings. So I learned a lot from that in voice training. And when I started voice training by this person, Yamilka Gorna, she was like, whoa, you sound like you're already like basically trained. And I'm like, no, I've never gone training before. I started training with her, I think at 16 years old. She was like, you sound like you're trained already. I'm like, no, I've never been training, but I guess I'm self-trained. Like my siblings have taught me stuff. I read books, maybe watched some YouTube tutorials. My breathing was always great because my mother always taught me breathing. And breathing is the essence of voice training. When I teach my students now, I make sure their breathing is good, because if your breathing is not good, everything can go wrong. Singing is all about balance of breath control, having a balanced breathing. And if you're going to be stressed and tighten up when you're breathing, everything goes wrong. So breathing is really the foundation of everything. So I feel like because I was trained at a very young age with breathing, it helped me a lot. And then I moved to America. I had to find a new voice teacher because I plan to be, I still go training.
Tanya Treisman, WhatsApp audio.
Sorry. Tanya Treisman. See, I'm collabing with her today on the Dobby show. She lives in Israel. She's a firm female artist. She's probably trying to get through to me. Anyway, what was I saying? So I moved to America, and I still go training now every week, and I'm planning to go voice training till 120. Mes Hashem. I feel like as long as you're a singer, you have to keep up your skills, keep up your singing. There's always more to develop. I always want to get better and better and better. Like, there's no end with voice training, really, no. So now I train with someone called Emily. She's been training with me now for 4 years. She's an amazing voice teacher. Now, my personal students that I teach, I used to have people only from Brooklyn, like Flatbush and Borough Park. But since the virus came along, I started having Zoom students, right? And FaceTime students. And now my students are like spread out from all over the world, and it's really cool. I'm like teaching people from all over. And I did a lot of research on voice training because there's a difference between being a singer and a voice coach. You could be a great singer, but it doesn't mean you're a good voice teacher. They're two different things, right? Happens to be I have a diploma in teachers training. I have a advanced diploma in teachers training. I taught back in London in 3 high schools, biology and maths. So I'm trained as a teacher. Like, I know how to give stuff over to people and explain it to them and help them. So I feel like when I do my voice lessons, um, I'm using my teaching skills. And I know there's a lot of from female artists out there that are like, okay, I'm a singer now, let me teach voice. But there's really a difference between being a singer or a voice teacher. There really is a big difference in that. Sorry. What happened? Okay, so go. I can't. Sorry, my son. My 3-year-old. He's my oldest. Hold on. Okay, go. Is there a way we could have it like a pause? For like 1 second?
And we are back.
Okay, so what was I talking about?
You were talking about how there's not every singer can be a voice coach.
True. Okay. So there's a lot of, basically, from female singers, it's very different to men, because men singers, they're gonna get hired at weddings, at bar mitzvahs, so that their money that comes in is their daily livelihood is from all the weddings that they sing at, right? Now, us as from female artists, we can't rely on that money, so we try to make money of our singing in a different way. So a lot of us are thinking like, let's be voice teachers, right? But I feel like to be a voice teacher is a very delicate thing. You have to really know how to teach it, and know what you're giving over, because teaching voice is so delicate. If you're going to teach something wrong, you might ruin someone's vocal cords. I feel like it's a very delicate thing to take upon yourself to teach voice. The reason why I feel very confident in teaching voice is because, first of all, I'm a licensed teacher, so I know how to give over lessons the correct way. And second of all, I've been researching voice. I keep on researching it every day because it keeps on updating. There's new research from scientists, from voice coaches, and I don't just stick to my same old methods that I've been teaching from 6 years ago, right? I always am updating, always looking at the new techniques, the new things have been found out, not like the old methods. And that's very important as a voice teacher, to keep on updating your methods. Don't stick to just because 6 years ago, this is how they train people. Things keep on updating. So I feel like as a voice coach, I'm very dedicated to that. I keep on researching. I keep on finding out new things. And I myself go voice training every single week, which helps me be in the flow of teaching. And I've had very successful students, Baruch Hashem, who have had amazing results. And that makes me want to continue further and further, because I see the results of my voice students. I feel like voice coaching is a very delicate thing to take upon. And whoever's watching now, if you're a young from female artist out there that is thinking of teaching voice in the future, just know that because you are a singer, it doesn't mean that you're always qualified to teach voice. It's a whole separate thing. It's something that you really have to feel confident that you are a qualified teacher, you can give stuff over, and you are teaching the right things. Because to give over wrong techniques just because you want to make some money it could be a really bad outcome. Basically, I feel like that's a very important message to give over to people, that being a voice coach, you really have to be licensed and know what you're doing. I feel there are really good voice teachers out there, actually. Like Devorah Schwartz is a really good voice teacher. I see her techniques because she posts on social media, and I see what she's teaching is absolutely amazing, and she sounds like a really good voice teacher. I'm sure there are other good voice teachers out there too, but I do feel like if anyone wants to become a voice teacher and you're a singer, think about it as two completely different things. Being a singer and a voice teacher has no connection at all.
How does doing voice lessons work virtually when you have echoes and delays due to the connections of Zoom and FaceTime and all that?
So being a voice teacher doesn't mean that I sing while I'm teaching. They are the ones singing and I'm guiding them. So on my end, I'm doing the talking and explaining. So it's just their end. So really it's really I've been teaching virtually, same results as being in my studio. Exact same results, no difference. Because being a voice teacher doesn't mean that you're singing for them. It means that you are teaching them. You're teaching them techniques and they are the ones doing the work. That's why it's so different to being a singer, which some people don't realize. They think like, oh, I'm a singer, let me be a voice teacher. I sing. It's very different. You're not singing to these students. You're training them. You're teaching them science. I mean, I was a science teacher. So you really have to be into biology to be able to teach voice, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
So that's my day job. That is my day job. My voice students come here to the studio. That's my day job. And at night, I'm usually busy with gigs or my Brooklyn Girls Choir and all that.
What are some things that you're working on currently?
So working on currently is we are planning our second album for the Brooklyn Girls Choir. And when I say we, it's 95% my husband. He's like so passionate. It's sorry. He is like has everything figured out. Literally, like composing the songs already. He knows exactly what lyrics are gonna be in every song. He's planning my second album already. That I can say for sure. But what my main focus now is, I'm focusing on my circus concert. So my circus concert is my priority. Making sure my girls know the choreography. It was really hard because we had to take a break due to the virus. And I feel like that break maybe made them a little rusty in the songs and the choreography. So I'm trying to get them back into it. Hopefully by September, we'll be able to practice as normal. So we'll have a full month of intense practice before the concert. My main focus now is that. And then I am working on summer gigs. I perform in the summer for camps, bungalow colonies, communities, name it, like everything. One more thing. I'm working on a very big project now. I'm giving out a new single, actually, a music video, but it's like a unity project, which means people from all over the world gave entries to be part of my music video. So it's going to be like a huge project, literally having probably a few hundred people inside it.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot going on, Baruch
Okay. Anything you would like to add as we wrap up?
I would like to say that I really hope that the frum female industry is going to grow. And any young artists out there, we want you. We want the network to grow bigger and bigger, have more of our CDs on the shelves. Nowadays, it's more online, but let's have more of the frum female artists as artists, make it bigger. There's no competition. Let's be a network. Let's all be friends. If anyone wants to collab with me, feel free to reach out. I have an email address, just info@dobbybaum.com. My name is spelled DOBBYBAUM. And I'm very open to discovering new artists, help them out, and all that. I just want to make the frum female world a better place. That really is my message. Like, don't be afraid. If you know you're talented, don't be afraid to pursue what you want to do. And I feel like I really want the world to hear this, that they should hire frum female singers at their female events. If you're having a female event with female only, don't hire a man singer to perform. Hire us. We count. We need the parnassa.
Unknown caller.
It is a female event, so why are you hiring a man to sing? There are so many frum female artists. Get us onto the stage. We are really good. We're good singers. and get a few of us together, make it like a unity project. That's what my message is really to all the organizations out there. Just, I hope they're watching this right now and seeing that they should hire us from female singers to sing at their events.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Dobby, for joining us on the show. It was a real pleasure to get to know you. And,
Thank you.
Get to know who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
It's been an honor to be on here, really, and sorry for all my rambling. I've probably spoken more than I've ever spoken before. But thank you. Thank you for this platform to express myself, my voice.
Best of luck with everything, and we look forward to having more of your music on our network during our Female Hour, Soul Sisters.
Thank you. Yes, Hashem. People out there that are listening, it's very expensive to give out albums. If you want to sponsor my next album, reach out to me.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.